Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Monday morning. It's the 12th day of June 2023. This is the morning briefing. And as I look out the window from the home office, it is a cloudy and somewhat cool morning for this time of year. We've had the combination of the cloud cover as well as the onshore breeze, the Delta breeze, to cool off the valley. And today is going to be another cooler than average day. I was looking at some numbers last night, excuse me, it struck me just how cool it has been. May came in with cooler than average temperatures, and of course, so did March and April. But I was looking back at last year. So last year in the month of June, now I know we're only 12 days in, so you can't compare the whole month. But last year in the month of June, Sacramento saw 19 days over 90. So far this year, we've had 2. Okay, again, I know it's early in the month, that can all change. But we also had 11 days over 100 degrees during the course of the month of June. I don't think we're going to make those kind of numbers. So it's going to be maybe a cooler than average June, although, again, we're not even quite halfway through yet. But the other thing that I'm starting to look at is, well, when are we going to hit 100 degrees? Because we're going to eventually. One thing to keep in mind is 1998. So 25 years ago, we went through the month of May and June without hitting 100 degrees. We didn't have our first 100 until July the 12th. And so that was a nice, cool start to the year. For those of you in the wine grape growing business, if you remember 98 was a troublesome year for some. And the other thing I'll note about 1998 was that even though we didn't hit 100 degrees until mid-July, we ended up with 31 days over 100 degrees. So we did, I think, 10 in July, something like that. We did, I think, 16 in the month of August, another 5 in September. So once we did hit 100 degrees, we had a bunch of them. So enough of that. Let's see what's happening this morning. Start off with radar, and as I'm recording this around 8:30 in the morning, you can see there are showers that are making their way through Plumas County, down through Butte County, some light rain showers around the Yuba City area. And I think these are going to hold together to go through across Sacramento. You get very light precipitation, something like this across the valley, not like the heavier downpours we saw in Plumas County yesterday, and we may see again later on today. There are parts of Plumas County that saw 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of rain, but for the valley, we've only seen a few 100ths here and there, and I would expect we'd see similar amounts during the day today. And here's the way that looks on the satellite. You can see that overall motion here from the north. Now notice how relatively small this is. If you go up past Redding and to the north and towards Shasta, the sun's out. And the same thing if you go farther to the south, we have some deep marine layer here, but once you get down toward Fresno and Bakersfield, we have sunshine, and we have sunshine on the eastern Sierra down 395 south of Mono Lake. But it's this cloud cover and this motion that's going to keep us with a chance of showers not only today, but again during the day tomorrow. So let's get into the models. This is the HRRR. Really not showing much in the way of that area of rain that's moving through right now. But then this is this afternoon. Just like we've been seeing the last couple of days, thunderstorms develop. This is around 4 o'clock. This is 5 o'clock. So showers develop along the crest of the Sierra and on the west slope, and with that motion from the north, all of that tries to track its way down toward the valley. Looks like Butte County, once again, has a good chance of getting some of this activity. And then even during the overnight, this is late tonight, those showers decrease. We saw some of that last night. And then during the day on Tuesday, same thing, although it looks as though Tuesday, the activity may be more confined to the crest of the Sierra, and not maybe so much trying to come down onto the valley floor. And then Wednesday, I think we'd see even less activity, and that would be confined to the Sierra. So that's how the HRRR shows it. Let's see what the NAM Nest says. So it's always good to get a second opinion, if you will. And so the NAM Nest shows, once again, the chance of maybe getting some sprinkles down to the valley floor late tonight. But that would be it, sprinkles. And then on Tuesday, we would also see less activity. So the NAM Nest is a lot less excited about the chance of thunderstorms the next couple of days than the HRRR. Either way, we are going to continue to see cooler than average temperatures. So with that, let me show you the big picture, because I started off by talking about what we're going to see in terms of the fact that we haven't seen 100-degree days. Just got to move this over a little bit so I can hit the controllers. So when are we going to hit 100 degrees? Well, right now we have this big low spinning around off the coast, and it's that motion. You can see this is 500 millibars, but that's that motion. You can see the wind barbs are in this direction. So I showed you that on the radar, showed you that on the satellite, a flow from the northeast. And as that low continues to pivot around into the day on Tuesday, we still have that flow from the north, even though the main low is starting to kick out. And then this is the day on Wednesday. We still have troughiness and cool weather. And then this is the day on Thursday. Last week, we'd been looking at the chance of some warmer weather. Now, this is going to be a warmer day. This is Thursday, Friday. I think they're going to be warmer days, but not as warm as what we were thinking last week. We may get into the 90s by Thursday and Friday with this sort of a pattern right here. That's ridging an offshore flow. And that's Friday afternoon. But as we get into next weekend, another trough comes our way. Look at this pattern. This is next Sunday afternoon. A deep trough, cooler than average temperatures once again. So early take on Father's Day is cool, comfortable, maybe mountain showers. And then that troughiness just sticks around. This is getting all the way into next Tuesday, so we're talking more than a week out in the area where the models are a little bit less reliable. But I'm just going to show you this because you don't just see anything in the way of a ridge over the west coast. And this is all the way to the end of the model run, which gets us out to June 26th. And that's another trough. So what you see here is the models aren't, at least now, and again, 2 weeks out, I don't trust them a bit. But the thing that they aren't even suggesting is the fact they'll have anything in the way of warm weather. There may be, if that were true, if that model I just showed you is true, there would be a few days here and there where we may see temperatures in the low 90s, maybe mid 90s at most, but you don't really see anything in the way of hot weather coming our way. Great news for saving on your AC bill. Great news for slowing down the snow melt, which is coming to an end here in the next few weeks. But maybe not so great news for growers, especially those in the foothills that grow grapes. You want some warmer weather to kind of get the process going a little bit. This cooler than average weather has really slowed things down quite a bit, especially in areas around 3,000 feet. So just something to keep in mind. While the cooler weather certainly is great, I know that there are going to be some growers that aren't going to be all that happy if we go another couple of weeks without anything in the way of warmer weather. So that's everything I've got for you this morning on this Monday morning, getting your work week off to a nice, cool, somewhat cloudy start. We'll be keeping an eye on showers and thunderstorms from the main office, but I'm there for the news tonight at 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11. So that's everything I've got for you this morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk to you later.